Is Jannik Sinner tennis's future GOAT?
The world number one delivers an impressive display to claim a third Masters 1000 title of the year.
Welcome back to the Tennis Channel, where we talk tennis and make some pretty fun and sometimes good predictions. Great place to learn a little bit more about tennis and have some fun while doing it. Today we're talking about the infamous tennis GOATs. And before the Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and Rafael Nadal fans come running at me, angry, typing in the comments, there will never be another GOAT. It's one of us three, only this, only that. Look, you're probably right, okay? This is why I'm making a prediction. And I'm not really a Sinner fan. I'm really not. I'm a Shelton fan. And he's pissing all over Shelton. He's destroying him every time he plays. I don't like the guy. But I think we need to be able to set our biases aside and see and appreciate what Jannik Sinner is doing right now because, spoiler alert, it's pretty freaking good. So let's start with looking at what this young kid has done so far in his career. Then we'll talk about what he still needs to do to certify himself as one of the best of all time. And then we'll finish it off by talking about what could stop him from accomplishing those things. Kicking it off with accomplishments, the list of accomplishments, I mean, it could go on and on and on and on. And he's only 23 years old. Yeah, that's the first main point I'm driving home. He is 23. He's a baby, okay? He's still super young, okay? And this is already what he's done. He's got 19 career titles. 9 already. He's about to hit 20. He's going to have 20 career titles. Pretty soon he'll have more career titles than he has years on this planet. That is crazy. But what gets even crazier is that of those 19, 3 of them are Grand Slams. Guess what? That's as many as Andy Murray had in his whole career. He already has as many Grand Slams as Andy Murray. 4 of them are Masters 1000s. So that's already 7 out of the 19 tournament wins being massive tournaments. Not just 250s, not just random tournaments throughout the year, but some of the biggest throughout the year, okay? Then he's got an ATP Finals title already. Guess what? That's more than Rafael Nadal had in 20 years of playing tennis. So he's got as many Grand Slams as Andy Murray and more ATP Finals than Rafael Nadal. On his list of accomplishments, he's also already reached world number 1 at age, I think he was 23, maybe he was 22 when he did it. Novak Djokovic did not become world number 1 till age 24. Okay, I'm just trying to put these in perspective. I know they're not fair comparisons, but again, I need to use those names to really highlight what he's doing already, okay? On top of all that, in the 2024, the ATP season, the previous season, his best season yet, he had 73 wins and 6 losses. 73 wins, 6 losses, 2 Grand Slam titles, and an ATP Finals. So most of what he's done just in the past year. He had one of the best seasons of all time. The only other players to have more than 70 wins and less than 10 losses, Jannik had a lot more than 70 wins and a lot less than 10 losses. But the only other people to do that, Andy Murray, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic. Jannik Sinner is in elite company. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. He is on pace to do what the GOATs have done. He is on pace to do that. And who are we to say he doesn't speed up that pace? Who are we to say that? And blow them out of the water. Okay, so let's move on to part 2. What does he still need to accomplish to reach those heights of the GOATs, of the top 3 of all time? It's a lot, okay? You need 20 more slams. 20 more slams? Why are we even talking about him if he still needs 20 more slams? I get that perspective. I really do. I mean, it's kind of insane. He would need like 50 more Masters 1000s. It's insane, right? It's insane. He still needs a lot. But most importantly, what he needs is just time. That's all he needs. He just needs time. Because if he can replicate what he did in 2024 over and over and over, which of course, that's going to be super difficult. Who knows if he can actually do it? But if he can, he's going to reach all those things. He really will. He's going to reach what Rafael Nadal did, what Novak Djokovic did, what Roger Federer did. And it's 2025 and he's already doing it. He already won the Australian Open again. He looks unbeatable. Okay? And that's why we're going to segue into what's going to stop him from doing what he did in 2024 over and over and over, and eventually doing exactly what all the GOATs have done and more. Right? What's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him? Tell me. Tell me. Well, okay, you're right. I know you're all shouting his name right now. You're typing it below. You're being like, Carlos Alcaraz. He was supposed to be the Jannik Sinner. He was supposed to be the GOAT. He's the Jannik Sinner stopper. He beats him every time he plays him. You're not wrong. Carlos Alcaraz, on clay, on grass, yeah, I'm probably taking my boy Carlos every time. Still, I probably am. He's probably going to steal a lot of titles from Jannik Sinner. He's probably the only one who can stop him. He's the only one who could beat him. But Jannik Sinner, on hard court, he's the guy, bro. He's the guy to beat. He'll puppy dog Carlos every time right now. Carlos, he needs to improve. I don't know what he's doing. But if he wants to be on Jannik Sinner's level, he's got to improve. That's what the best of all time do. So let's see if Carlos can rise up to that and take that back. But Jannik Sinner, he's not looking back at Carlos right now. He's moving forward. He's pushing it, right? And I really think right now he's a level above Carlos. There's no one on Jannik's level right now. And if there's no one on his level, he's going to have a better year than last year. And then he'll keep doing that year after year. Who else could stop him? There's no one else in the top 10. No one else. It's super sad to say this, but there's no one else I'm ever taking in a best out of 5 against Jannik Sinner. Carlos, maybe once in a while. No one else in the top 10. One thing I will point out is, what about the future? What about the boys like Ben Shelton, who still have a lot to improve? Could they catch up to Jannik Sinner, Ben Shelton? Probably not. I love the guy. He's my favorite tennis player. But he's so far behind. He's beat him once, and I don't know if he'll ever beat him again. The one guy, though, that is on the rise that I could see being trouble for Jannik Sinner is the guy I've already made a video about, Joao Fonseca, who looks to be on fire, who I think, honestly, could beat Jannik Sinner, especially on clay. He's the only guy who has maybe a better forehand than Jannik Sinner on tour. So, I don't know. I'm not going to go out there and say he's going to go out there and beat him, but he's got the most potential to do that, to be a stopping block, to be the Novak Djokovic to the Rafael Nadal, if you know what I mean. The last thing that could stop Jannik Sinner is himself. If you don't know, he had a scandal last year with doping. So he had a massive scandal last year, and he still went out and won every match. It did not get to him. But this year, it did come back to bite him, and he just got awarded a 3-month doping ban. Most are saying that's not enough. Most are saying, look how convenient it is. He just has to miss a few tournaments. He doesn't miss a Grand Slam. He doesn't miss any tournaments he won last year. But these are the type of things that if he repeats to do, or he lets come back in, and he lets bite him again, or, physically, he has some problems. Who knows? I don't know why he's doping in the first place. But that's what could come back, bite him, and stop him. So to recap, the only things that could stop him: Carlos Alcaraz, if he turns it up a gear; Joao Fonseca, if miraculously he becomes what we're all hoping he does; and himself. Jannik Sinner can stop himself. But other than that, if we give him time, he's going to come, take every title, and rise to the top, and maybe cement himself as a GOAT. Only time will tell. But if you decide to look the other way, right, and rewatch old Rafael Nadal highlights and Roger Federer interviews, I'm not going to blame you, but I will make fun of you when you don't see Jannik Sinner skyrocket up to where they are.
Amazing run again here in Australia. I'm extremely happy.
Peace out. Let me know what you guys think.